Good morning. Welcome to another morning for Pew Packers and worship, and hope you guys are ready to jump right into it. The fruit of the Spirit's not a coconut. The fruit of the Spirit's not a coconut. And if you want to be a coconut, you might as well hear it. You can't be a fruit of the Spirit, 'cause the fruit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. The fruit of the Spirit's not a grape. The fruit of the Spirit's not a grape. And if you want to be a grape, you might as well hear it. You can't be a fruit of the Spirit, 'cause the fruit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. The fruit of the Spirit's not a kiwi. The fruit of the Spirit's not a kiwi. And if you want to be a kiwi, you might as well hear it. You can't be a fruit of the Spirit, 'cause the fruit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. My God is so big, so strong, and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big, so strong, and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. The mountains are His, the valleys are His, the trees are His handiwork too. My God is so big, so strong, and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. Jesus called them one by one, Peter, Andrew, James, and John. Next came Philip, Thomas too, Matthew and Bartholomew, James the one they called the less, Simon also Thaddeus, the 12th apostle Judas made. Jesus was by him betrayed. Yes, Jesus called them. Yes, Jesus called them. Yes, Jesus called them, and they all followed him. And you guys know now it's time for our Bible story, so I hope that you guys can get a lot out of this Bible story, and we'll talk about it right at the end of it. Good morning. This morning we're going to hear the story of the prodigal son, and you can find this story in Luke chapter 15, verses 11 through 32. Jesus told a story about a man who had two sons. One day, the younger son went to his father and demanded, "Father, I want you to give me my share of your inheritance now." Now, I'm sure that the father was sad and maybe reluctant, but he agreed to give his son his share of the inheritance. The younger son then left home to go to another country. Then he wasted all of that money that he had gotten from his dad as his inheritance on wild living that was not smart, and he was not smart with his money at all. After he had spent everything that he had, the new friends that he had made left him. Then there was a famine in the land, so he was poor, he had no money, no friends, and nowhere to live. He was forced to look for a job, but the only one that he could find was looking after pigs. Does that sound very fun? He spent many days and many nights feeling very lonely and very hungry. He was so miserable that he longed to eat the food that the pigs were eating. He was beginning to starve. He was very, very hungry. At that moment, he realized how foolish he had been. All of my father's servants have food, and here I am starving. I will go home and say, "Father, I have sinned against God and against you. I am not good enough to be your son. Please let me be one of your servants." So then he set off for the short journey, right? No, it was a very long journey home. His father, who of course missed his son, would always look out, hoping that one day his son would return. Then one day when he looked out, he could see his son a long way off, coming down the road. Did he wait for him to come to the house? No, the father ran towards his son and threw his arms around him and hugged him. And he said, "My son has come home again." The son was so surprised. He never expected such a welcome. He wept and said, "Father, I have sinned against God and you. I am not good enough to be called your son." But his father was so happy to see him. If somebody leaves for a really long time and then they come back, we're really excited to see them, right? Then the father called to the servants, "Quick, bring me the best clothes and sandals for my son and a ring for his finger. Then kill the best calf, as we are going to have a big feast to celebrate my son returning. My son was dead, and now he is alive. He was lost, but now he is found." Can you imagine the joy in his father's heart when the son comes back to him when he had been gone for so long? Sometime later, the older son returned to the farm after a hard day's work in the fields. He could hear the sounds of a great celebration in the distance. A servant told him, "Your father is celebrating the safe return of your younger brother." The older brother was angry that his rebellious younger brother was getting such a loving welcome for being home. He was angry enough that he refused to go inside. He said to his father, "I have been working for you for many years, and you have never had a celebration feast for me. But my brother has been behaving disgracefully, wasting money, yet when he returns, you celebrate." His father explained, "You have always been with me, and everything that I have is yours. We are celebrating because your brother was dead and is now alive. He was lost, but now he is found." Can you imagine the joy that this father would have for his son that came back? Now, how can you relate that to us today? Can you imagine the joy that God and Jesus and all of the angels in heaven have when a lost soul comes back to Jesus? It's amazing, and there's so much joy in heaven, and we should be joyful and celebrating and being so thankful for everything that is happening, because we were dead and we are now alive, and if we were lost, we are now found. It's an amazing story telling us how happy we should be when a lost soul comes back to Christ. Thank you so much for being here with us for this story, and we'll catch you on the next one. Wasn't that an awesome story? I hope you guys can always take something from each week's story that we go through, whether you've heard it a million times or this is the first time hearing it. Hope that you guys always learn something good from it. Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to him belong. They are weak, but he is strong. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so. Thank you so much for helping us out today.